Abusuya mincha ona misanso emo akwaba sonko so emfa wo emra be media gh so abusuya besrew se ena ne dedi connect channel so a ene de no bo kwan so no abomodi an wa subscribe wa like na wa bo aso ahia ma fofo pensem bi atie no anya bi atie abusuya efa Adwoa Safo yenua Adwoa Safo ye beka ya emre bi a ebetwa mu no ade a okohye mu ewo America bonten so no mpese obeba Parliamentary po ni na ne se na e-levy passing of e-levy bill na ekoso nti na Adwoa Safo mpese obeba na ode ne ho aba behye because ebeka Adwoa Safo na ba bonten ane nsema no kan na se na ya de Ghanafo ekwa ho kiremu yie pa nti abra MPP na omepese omo impose e-levy ewo Ghanafo so no na onji M2 nti na so ema no kwhye America bonten so na yebeka ya one sister bi ebetina mu ewo parliament represent Adwoa Safo vote edema e-levy na we na abusia ehon nsema ba bonten this time amane boni enchemu HSF there speaker Bagbin atumi aye hwehwemu asese no wa order for the arrest of sanipa na obegina mu se Adwoa Safo obegina mu ewo parliament se Adwoa Safo na busuafo speaker Bagbin atumi order for the arrest and nsema okan na say the nipa no no threat edema Ghana's democracy and Ghana's parliament abusia we dey ma mekasa wan pese yakone kuti nsem no makasa nchiremu ne si ye ne ba ye no ti speaker Bagbin atumi order for the arrest of that person or so chesen kofo omota akire MPP gurusa omotumi akofa sa ma me no betina mu se Adwoa Safo no abusia ono so ohwehwe san kofo na enya asem ketua yenko ne nkonkotie asem no mu emu akasa nchiremu na behya no nso edi ama yesa busuafo hada so be media jesu se ene ni dedi ka wani channel so ni di no bo kwanso mo dia subscribe like na bo ahye ma for pensem bi etie no enya bi etie yenko ne nkotie nsema speaker Bagbin edi atudwa emrasisia yedase.
I am truly disappointed at the slow pace of Parliament in deciding a few things that happened a few months back. Bagbin is seen to be a very serious person. One Speaker of Parliament who refused to be a rubber stamp of the executive. He has worked so hard in the past. Even at the peril of his life, he is seen working. And he's a very independent-minded Speaker of Parliament. Now his party is in power. And we expect that he would have more space to work even more. But I'm disappointed in some two quick things that happened. And it doesn't look like he's working fast enough to get them sorted out. Do you all remember e-levy? You remember when we had e-levy coming in and the past party in power, the NPP, decided to move around and pick up MPs from the party who were in the diaspora, either chilling out or doing some other such thing. My brother, my sister, they chartered planes to go to those areas and bring them in. Kennedy Japan was one of those. In fact, Adwoa Safo was one of those. They ferried them in first class into the country to vote for a certain demon called the e-levy. They celebrated the e-levy with an e-levy cake. It was one of the most controversial in Parliament. Aside, when Bagbin was going to be voted in as the new Speaker of Parliament. We all saw the gymnastics there. We saw how people were stealing ballot papers and chewing them. My brother, my sister, we all remember the Tema NP who did that. Carlos Ayenkra. My brother, my sister, the president at the time was so embarrassed and quickly they had to demote him and take him out of the ministerial position that he occupied. When they went into what is called opposition, I would call that into extinction. My brother, my sister, Carlos Ayenkra came out and said he was disappointed that he fought for the party and the party did not recognize the buffoonery he got into. He claims he served the party. For me, it was buffoonery. In a democracy, when people are voting to have the new Speaker of Parliament, you go and snatch the ballot box and snatch papers and you are destroying the papers and you call that service to who? You must be crazy. You must be an idiot. People like this, my brother, my sister, they are those who are supposed to be on the other side of jail Yet you go in there and find people who smoked a little herb or who stole some plantain somewhere. Stealing is wrong in all cases. We condemn that. But we are bigger thieves who are walking about freely. We are people who don't have the nation at heart, who are walking about freely. Let's relegate them to mass. There they can stay and do whatever they want to do. They can chew all the ballot boxes there in mass. Nobody cares. But here we care. My brother, my sister, they lied to us that the e-levy was what was going to prevent the nation from going to the IMF and the World Bank to beg for money and saddle our nation with debts. Some people swallowed that hook. They went all length to make sure that it happened. My brother, my sister, they got their way. A few days later, they said it wasn't working. Therefore, they still have to go to the IMF and the World Bank. They blackmailed us. In fact, even the vote for the e-levy itself was surrounded by jingoisms. In fact, the biggest was when Adwoa Sarfo was flown in all the way from her base in the United States of America, where she had told us point blank that her family came first and not the nation. My brother, my sister, and she came into the Parliament House, we're told. It's been controversial. She herself later, in fact, recently told us that she abstained from voting for the e-levy. That's it. I don't regret abstaining from e-levy vote. Many read this to be, oh, that means she wasn't even in the Parliament House at all. But technically, it doesn't mean so. She could be there, and then probably she refused to vote. Now look at this. This was the woman who came on my right, wearing the dark face mask. And this is Adwoa Safo, the Adwoa Safo that we know, the arrogant Adwoa Safo that we know. Was she the one in Parliament? What truly was the problem? And when you look at the Parliament House right now on the day, you look at the Speaker of Parliament walking in, you see, and then we zoom straight into the so-called Adwoa Safo. Look at her. Look at her. Was she the one? She looked so different here. Very, very different. And in fact, a member of Parliament, former member of Parliament, has come out to say that they realized at the point that she wasn't the one in Parliament. And when they approached her, what did she say? He said he doesn't want to jump the gun. They have given all the information to the Speaker of Parliament and the right authorities to be able to deal with this. Even in Parliament, she was busy on her phone. My brother, my sister, is this the Adwoa Safo that we all know, or it's a different Adwoa Safo? My brother, my sister, politicians can do anything to achieve anything in their interest. This matter has become so controversial, and many people have petitioned the Speaker of Parliament to unravel the mystery behind this person. Was it Adwoa Safo or not? She herself said that she was in Parliament when they were in power. Now that they are in opposition, she's saying that she abstained from the e-levy vote. It is quite ambiguous. We want to know exactly what it is. Now, Speaker of Parliament says they are going to investigate this and come out with results. My brother, how long is it going to take them to investigate this? This small Parliament House. How long would it take them to be able to tell that this was actually Adwoa Safo or not? Why is it taking so long? Why? Small Parliament House. So you see, when a national issue happens somewhere in Binduri and security forces are taking time to unravel it, we must know that that is a lot of work and must not give them pressure. A small place like the Parliament House, something happened in the Parliament House. The question is, our Parliament House in Ghana, how do they check in? Is it by thumbprint, fingerprint, or do they sign? What exactly do they do? A very powerful house like